Sure, he'll do it safely. Make sure you go to hometownstation.com for all the latest and greatest Santa Clarita has to offer. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and keep it tuned here. And speaking of the greatest in Santa Clarita, we have a very special guest in studio. We got some pretty exciting things coming here to the Santa Clarita Valley, and one of those things is the Canyon Club. We'll learn more about that right now because we have the owner of the Canyon Club. He is Lance Sterling. How are you, my friend?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. And well, let's start with this. You can go to canyonclub.net, or, of course, you can keep listening because we're going to talk about it right now. But what is, for people that don't know, what is the Canyon Club?
The Canyon Club is a concert venue where you sit down, have dinner, and get up and dance and see your favorite music from the 70s all the way up till current bands.
Yeah, and so it's coming to the Santa Clarita Valley. It's going to be in actually the Westfield Valencia Town Center where the old Red Robin was. That's going to be now one of the top concert venues in Southern California.
Yeah, we have the Canyon Club. I also have the Saban in Beverly Hills and the Rose in Pasadena. And what we're doing is we're using our booking power to add Santa Clarita so we can add an extra day and have all the bands playing Santa Clarita.
And so that's the thing you need to understand is it's not going to be just, local bands playing there. We're talking Kenny Loggins, we're talking big names at the canyonclub.net. Go check out all of their schedule. But let's talk about that because you talked about all those other clubs. Let's talk about your background a little bit. You were born into music, you were telling me.
I was born in Woodstock, New York.
I've never heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and High Falls to be exact, but we were about a block away.
Okay.
And I grew up, so my parents were kind of hippies.
Okay.
And
they were contractually obligated, I think,
they
right?
were. Yeah.
Okay, so what was the music you were listening to as a young pup?
I was listening to everything.
Okay.
My Chicago... Todd Rundgren literally had the farm down the street from us.
Okay.
And I remember we used to run around and steal vegetables and stuff from people's yards. And Todd was always so protective of that barn. We had no idea what he had in there. And then later when I met him about 20 years ago, he was like, that was my studio.
Wow.
Yeah, we were thinking he was hiding apples in there.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your background, though? How did you fall into this? You went to school. You said you told me.
I went to University of Arizona for civil engineering.
Go Wildcats, which, civil engineering, that's perfect for, being doing what you do now, right? The owner of the Canyon Club.
Well, actually, if you look at it, I was kind of perfect education for what I ended up doing because from there I started working for Lowe's Hotels.
Okay.
And I started developing their new properties. Then I started running a place called Grad 2, Wildcat House, Devil House, and they introduced me to concerts.
Okay.
Which, compared working in a hotel or having fun at a concert, I kind of always migrated toward the fun concerts.
Yeah.
And then Isaac Tigrit found me, and he's the guy that started House of Blues. So I started House of Blues with Isaac.
And so that led to that. You said you worked for Lowe's Hotels. Were you were developing the hotels, like building the hotels?
I was doing all their food and beverage.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And then I would design their new restaurants.
Okay, so the House of Blues, you've heard of it. Everybody's heard of it. You certainly have heard of it, Lance. What were you doing over there?
I was VP of Operations and Development. Back when there was only 5 of us.
Okay.
In the company.
What was the first one that opened?
The first one was Cambridge.
Okay.
That's closed now.
Okay.
And then New Orleans, and then L.A.
Okay. So, and you, what was your exact what were you doing? Were you hustling, trying to get bands to play there, or what were you doing?
No, they came in and got me to try to fix it. So
okay.
I was trying to make money.
Okay.
Great concept. All of the things we do, Canyon Club, great thing. Making money at it is a little different than just having fun and having concerts.
Yeah, okay.
So I went in there and I basically fixed their operations, and a lot of it is service issues and a Canyon Club or House of Blues, it takes like 200-300 people to run one.
Oh, okay.
So it's fairly expensive.
So you're saying the 5 person operation that the House of Blues originally had didn't really work, is what you're saying?
No, they had 400 employees.
Oh, okay.
They only had 5 people running those 400 employees.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Everybody was doing what they wanted to do.
Gotcha.
And it was a blast. It was an unbelievable time.
Okay.
But we got it making money, And as soon as we got it making money, then all the big, huge, everything we always talked about ourselves as being corporate refugees.
Okay.
Like people who just didn't want to work for corporations. And we became so successful that the big corporations came and bought us.
Yeah.
And kicked us out.
Victim of your own success. We are speaking with Lance Sterling. He's the owner of the Canyon Club, coming to the Santa Clarita Valley. You can go to canyonclub.net to learn more. They have 4 other locations, and it's going to be here in the Santa Clarita Valley at the Westfield Valencia Town Center where the old Red Robin was, and that is where you're going to have one of the best music venues in the Southern California, and really awesome that it's coming here to the Santa Clarita Valley. So you were at the House of Blues, and did you open your own clubs? You said you own quite a few, right?
Yeah, and during that time, I also opened up a thing for the 96 Olympics called the Tabernacle.
Oh, okay.
And that's, so I started to step away from House of Blues.
Okay.
And I got into a fight with House of Blues about it because they were trying to buy it. I wouldn't sell it to them,
Okay.
stock option type
Yeah.
thing. So I sold it to the competitor. So.
Oh, okay.
So then one day I had a job, next day I didn't have a job.
Oh, okay.
But that was fine with me.
Yeah.
And then I came back and wanted to retire because I did very well from
Okay.
that. And I lasted about 2 weeks, and
They
my wife
reeled you
said, "Get
back
out of
in."
the house." So I started the Canyon Club.
Is it because the honeydew list, you just finished it right away? Is that what happened?
No,
Yeah, I
it's
didn't think so.
kind of just,
Yeah.
I drive her crazy. So I'm great to have around for a little bit, but all the time might not be.
Gotcha. Okay, I gotcha.
So I started the Canyon Club.
Okay.
And this is one of those where you can do a House of Blues, but I can do it on my terms, so I
Okay.
can make the food good. I can make sure that people are nice. I didn't hire 300 people. We do what I used to do at House of Blues with 400 people, I do with 100.
Gotcha. Okay, this is what I want to do. I want to take a quick break. Again, we're speaking with Lance Sterling. He's the owner of the Canyon Club, coming soon to the Santa Clarita Valley. And we're going to take a quick break. And I want to ask you specifics about the Canyon Club, what people can expect, and then maybe we'll have some fun at your expense, if that's all right. I'm just going to ask you some rapid-fire questions, if that's all right with you. Actually, you don't have a choice. So.
Yeah.
All right, this is your hometown station, KHTS. More with Lance Sterling, owner of the Canyon Club, right after this.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Sponsored by Providence Holy Cross Medical Center. Check out their Santa Clarita facility at hometownstation.com.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
It's not just adults who subconsciously judge other people. Kids do it too. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN's chief medical correspondent. Researchers at Duke have determined kids as young as elementary school are biased against classmates who are overweight, whether they realize it or not. And kids who are a healthy weight were more biased than kids who were overweight. The study's lead author said the main takeaway here is that a weight bias and a preference for thin people appears to start at a fairly young age. What's more is that when children are stigmatized for being overweight, it can cause further
Santa Clarita's hometown station, KHTS. I am Kyle Jellings. Appreciate you hanging out with me for this fun little interview, actually. We have a very special guest in studio. He is Lance Sterling. He is the owner of the Canyon Club. And we chatted a little bit about your history. I want to kind of talk about the present now. And I wanted to first ask you, now that I'm thinking of it off the top of my head, do you play any music?
No, I'm terrible.
Are you really?
Oh, just horrendous. You can ask my wife.
Have you tried? When did you try?
I can sing White Christmas
Okay.
in a Bing Crosby
Prove
type.
it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. But I changed the words and
Okay.
very inappropriately.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, then let's leave that off the air because the FCC might be listening. Okay, so no, no
You know
artistic
what?
bone in your body?
I always hung around all the musicians, and that's how I ended up promoting them.
Okay.
Because I couldn't do it. My fat fingers can't play guitar. I have no rhythm. I was a good dancer. Does
Oh,
that
okay.
count?
Yeah, no, that counts. That counts. Okay, so you are the owner of the Canyon Club. Canyon Club coming to the Santa Clarita Valley fall time, right? It's going to be
Yes.
opening in the fall. And it is going to be where the old Red Robin was in the Westfield Valencia Town Center. It's going to be an awesome new, one of the best music venues here in Southern California, right here in Santa Clarita. So that is exciting news. What is different about the Canyon Club? You can go to canyonclub.net, by the way. Lance, I wanted to ask you, what is different about the Canyon Club compared to other venues in and around the Southern California?
In Southern California, the Canyon Club we basically sit around 1,000-seat venues.
Okay.
And we have dinner seats for about 600 or 700. And then we have standing room for about 400. So the Canyon Club brings music to where people live.
Okay.
Instead of you having to commute into town to see music, you can actually see it here. And so comfortable seats.
Yeah.
I have chefs that work for me. We kind of limit our food to just, we have probably, I think, 17 items on our menu. And we try to do those very good.
Okay, so explain to me the experience of going to the Canyon Club, because it sounds like more than just a big venue where you go and watch music. It's a little bit more intimate.
Yeah.
But what's the food situation there? How do when I walk in, is there?
So what happens when
yeah.
you buy your ticket?
Okay, hit me.
You have a
Hit
choice to buying your ticket. You can do standing room, just seats, or dinner seats.
Okay.
So in all the other venues, the dinner seats always sell out first.
Okay.
I think I told you before, the difference with us is we're more like a restaurant with entertainment than we are just a concert venue, because the average person who comes to the Canyon Club comes over 15 times a year.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So you can imagine that's more than once a month.
Yeah.
So when you come in, you buy a ticket, and then you decide whether you're having dinner or not having dinner. If you're having dinner, you get there between 6 and 7. You're seated at 7. We serve you dinner between 7 and 8. The opening band goes on at 8. The headliner goes on at 9. Nothing changes. It is the same every time. There's no deviation from that. In a concert business, you'll understand that no making you wait till 12 o'clock for the headliner to go on. Headliners go on at 9 o'clock, and that's it. Like for the Sunday brunch, we have a Soulful Sunday brunch. We open the doors at 9. You can eat between 9 and the music goes on at 11. And
wow, this is a well-oiled machine. Plus, it's got the more intimate feel. It's a date night, so you could do. This sounds like a really fantastic thing, rather than going to Staples Center and you're trying to find parking for $40 and then you're dealing with all that stuff.
right, our
But
price
this is all-
ranges are, the entrees range in the 20s and 30s, and the drinks are 10, and beers are probably 7 to 11,
Yeah.
and drinks are 8 until. So we're fairly normal priced in comparison to Staples. We're cheap.
Yeah, well, a water bottle's like $45. So
Right.
Yeah.
So we can take the place. Our job is to get people off their couches.
yeah.
And we're not stealing from other people. We get you off your couches, enjoy your time. Music brings you back to the best times of your life.
That's true. It attacks your memory in your brain. That's a fact. Lance Sterling, he's the owner of the Canyon Club. Let's get to it. What are some of the acts that people in the Santa Clarita Valley can look forward to? You can go, of course, to canyonclub.net, and you can see all of the stuff that they have at all of their different locations. But
I can rip through these pretty fast.
yeah, let's go. Let's hear.
So we have Get the Let Out, which is Dishwalla, Cinderella's, Tom Kiefer, Gin Blossoms, Boogie Nights, Queen Nation, Lynch Mob, Timothy B. Schmidt from the Eagles, Which One's Pink, Led Zepp Again, Tower Power, Berlin, Todd Rundgren, Donovan Frankenreiter, English Pete, Chris Christopherson, Tommy Castro, Jefferson Starship, Otmar Liebert, The Spinners, and Y&T. That's just who we have booked now.
Good grief.
And the most exciting thing for me is I got English Pete to do New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Here. Dave's a good
awesome.
guy.
Awesome stuff. Okay, so I want to ask you some questions that are not exactly Canyon Club related. You can go to canyonclub.net. I do want to thank you for coming by. This is really fantastic. I'm really excited about this. This is awesome, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. I have 3 children, a wife, and the idea of a headliner starting at 9 o'clock makes me really happy because I'm not going to get home too late. So
We're done by 10:30.
oh man, that sounds
Unless
wonderful.
it's Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
I usually hang out later.
But that sounds fantastic to me as a father and a husband. But what is the best concert you've ever been to?
Well, I have different connections.
Okay.
Like with Styx, I have a good connection. That was my first concert I ever went
Okay.
to. The Tubes basically got me into promoting concerts.
Okay.
So I always have an affinity for Fee Waybell.
Okay.
He kind of started me in this business, and whether he knows it or not.
Okay. What was there a particular thing, maybe a record that you listened to, or maybe a live concert that you said Styx was your first one, but was there something that just was there a musical act that just
Stairway
grabbed
to
you?
Heaven.
There it is, right there.
There
Stairway
it
to
is.
Heaven.
That's one. My wife right now.
Uh-huh.
Back then when texting first came out, I
Okay.
texted her the entire lyrics to Stairway to
Wow.
Heaven.
That's
I think that was a closing deal.
how long is that song? It's like a 7-minute song,
Yeah,
right?
it was
7-8
a
minutes.
couple hundred words. Back
Yeah, it
then
was-
we paid per word.
Oh man. Okay. What other question do I have for you? What is the concert? This will be my last. I'll get you out of here on this. What is the act that you have basically season tickets to? So what I mean by that is, if they're coming to town, you are absolutely going to do what you can to see them.
Todd Rundgren.
Really?
Yeah.
That's because he's a buddy of yours.
He's a buddy, but he was probably my mom and dad's favorite.
Okay.
And every time it just brings me back to being 13 years old, running around stealing vegetables from people's gardens.
Yeah.
So Todd and his family, after getting to know them, he's a great human being. And I love his music.
Awesome stuff. Okay, final question. I know I said it was going to be the last one, but this is your final question. Why, if I am a consumer, why should I go to the Canyon Club rather than some other venue? And I know we've talked a lot about this, but maybe in one sentence, sum up why I should go to the Canyon Club.
It brings you back to the best times of your life, and we will do everything we can not to interfere with that. And if you're going out on a date with your wife, you'll remember why you fell in love with her.
Fantastic. Lance, thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Lance Sterling, owner of the Canyon Club. Go to canyonclub.net. It's going to be at the Westfield Valencia Town Center where the old Red Robin was. Awesome acts coming to the Santa Clarita Valley in this fall. We will take a quick break. More on your hometown station, KHTS, after this.